All right, Shalom Akim out there. Want to start off by giving all glory, praise, honor, dominion, and power unto Yahweh by Hashem, Yahweh Shai. Yahweh is the name of the Heavenly Father in whom the world ignorantly calls God, and Yahweh Shai is the name of his only begotten Son, in whom the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, in whom we do worship. We are the Hebrew Israelites, which consist of you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native American, and Seminole Indians, that are scattered. All right, as the prophecy stated in Deuteronomy, that was one of the curses for us going off, and we are scattered, being ashamed, all right, of the sins that we committed. All right, but now is a time that we are returning unto the Lord, because you got the men of the Lord out there on the highways and hedges preaching the gospel of the kingdom of heaven, a kingdom of kings and priests, a kingdom of righteousness, a new heaven and a new earth. And to you brothers out there pushing this word, scattered abroad, whether you be in Babylon, aka America, or throughout the earth, salutations unto you, to the hopeful elect, and to the house of David, which shall be built up as in the days of old. Lord's willing, this is an edifying lesson. I got a clip from Star Wars Episode 3 trailer, but it goes into the betrayal, man. It's going to be a lot of betrayal. Your actual brothers, blood brothers, are going to betray one another, because it's going to get so dangerous for Jake. They're going to sell out other Jakes. These so-called Israelite camps, they're going to sell each other out. All right. And it's going to come down to, false brethren in the truth. It's going to sell out the true brethren in the truth. But it's all going to be for a testimony against the Gentiles, and against which is the Gentiles, is the Israelite foreigners, and against the heathen, against Esau, against the elites, against the kings and governors of this land. All right, it's going to get to that point. So without further ado, I'm going to read the book of Acts. But always remember, the Lord is going to save his. We may get arrested or thrown, arrested, thrown in prison, brought before judges and kings, condemned to like solitary confinement. But just like how Peter and Paul and different men were in prison, but they were freed by the angel, by a messenger of the Heavenly Father. Hey, the Lord is going to do miraculous things in these times. So Lord willing, this is edifying. This is Acts 12:1. Now about that time, Herod the king stretched forth his hand to vex certain of the church. Now the church consists of the Israelites, the ecclesia, the calling out, the men of the Lord, the camps, all right, the prophets, preferably the men of the Lord that's speaking. That's the church. And you got their families, but preferably is the men of the Lord that's out there on the highways and hedges. That's the church. They vexed the church back during the time of Acts, during the time of Herod. This is one of Herod's sons that he stretched forth his hand to vex certain of the church. All right. And that's what they're going to do again. They're going to grab some brothers up and they're going to behead them as being traitors, terrorists, committing treason. All right. So it says now about that time, Herod the king stretched forth his hand to vex certain of the church and he killed James. Now, James was the brother of John. Hey, that it says right there. And he killed James, the brother of John, which is the one that Yahweh Shai loved, or was beloved of Yahweh Shai, which is John the Revelator, with the sword. That's what's going to happen to some brothers. But be not afraid, brothers. You have a great reward in heaven. It says, and because he saw it pleased the Jews, a lot of it is going to please our people. I always knew they was bad. I always knew they was hateful, full of hate. Not knowing that Jacob's trouble is going to fall upon all our people. So it's going to cause our people to betray the men in this truth that have been peaceable among all men, like Paul said, doing our daily things, going to work, doing what we have to do, yet preaching the gospel. But to them, it's going to seem like a bad thing, because once he starts vexing our whole nation, it's going to be squabbles, betrayals, all types of things. It says, and because he saw it pleased the Jews, he proceeded further to take Peter also. So that's the head of the church after Yahushua left. You don't think they're going to try to take the apostles, the elders, heads of the camps? Like, we got to take them. Once, Esau's motto, cut the head, the rest of the body will follow. But it's not so. Our head is Yahweh Shai, and you can't take him. And we know that he's returning. So you can do what you will, because it's already written we're going to be arrested, took before judges and kings, beaten in the synagogues, betrayed by brethren, false brethren, imprisoned, all types of things. But there's a bright side. We're going to receive spiritual power. Michael is going to come down to stand for the children of our people. The angels is going to intervene. It's going to be miraculous things. The Lord is going to reveal his power once again for those that believed in him. Just like the 3 holy children in the furnace, Daniel in the lions. Then we got to look back to these stories, these actual events that happened. Through faith, we believe these things occurred, and we know these things occurred. And it says, and because he saw it pleased the Jews, he proceeded further to take Peter also. Then were the days of unleavened bread. See, that right there proves to you what this Easter madness right here in verse 4 is the days of unleavened bread, the Passover. All right. So don't get it twisted. Easter, you go to the Greek, it's Pascha, which means Passover. So it was the time of the Passover. It says, and when he had apprehended him, he put him in prison, which they're going to apprehend some of us and put us into prison, and delivered him to 4 quaternions of soldiers, which is 4 of them, to keep him, intending after Easter, which is the Passover, to bring him forth to the people. Peter, therefore, was kept in prison. But prayer, now this is the point, this is how powerful prayer is. But prayer was made without ceasing of the church. The men of the Lord, those that believed, the women and children, but mainly the men that were pushing this word, pushing the gospel, pushing the coming of Yahushai and the redeeming of Yahushai, what he did, his dying on the cross to redeem back Israel, the nation. All right. Whether near or far off. It says, Peter therefore was kept in prison, but prayer was made without ceasing of the church unto the Most High. Hey, and it's a beautiful how you see my man Anakin right here hanging. You know, that's where we at right now. Like, it seems like we hanging on for dear life, but hey, through faith, we can do all things. It says, Peter therefore was kept in prison, but prayer was made without ceasing of the church unto Yahweh for him. And when Herod, this is one of Herod the Great's sons. If you go into this time period, you'll know which Herod it was. I'm not really sure. Just trying to get through this certain point. Just that Peter was arrested. Certain of the church was vexed. James was killed. These things are coming. Jacob's trouble. The coming down on the men of the Lord. The persecution. All right. So be not afraid. The Lord will do marvelous and miraculous things as he has always done. It says, when Herod would have brought him forth the same night, Peter was sleeping between 2 soldiers bound with 2 chains, and the keepers before the door kept the prison. And behold, now this is the miraculous acts of Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai. And behold, the angel of the Lord Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai came upon him. And the light shined in the prison, and he smote Peter on the side and raised him up, saying, arise up quickly. And his chains fell off from his hands. And the angel, verse 8, said unto him, gird thyself. And that's what we're going to have to do in this time. Gird up your loins like a man. You know, get ready to move. Just like during the time of Egypt, we had to have our clothes on our back, shoes on our feet, staff in our hand. We had to eat in haste. Pretty much in that time, we're going to have to move wisely, move in faith, but yet be ready for anything. Gird thyself, just like the angel said, gird thyself and bind on thy sandals. And so he did, and he said unto him, cast thy garments about thee and follow me. Pretty much like, get ready, let's go. And he went out and followed him and wist not that it was true which was done by the angel, but thought he saw a vision. So it's going to happen. So many things are going to be miraculous. You're going to be like, nah, that couldn't have been. But you have to stretch out with your feelings. You have to stretch out with faith and just prepare yourself to see things that you didn't think you was going to see. You see? Now it says, when they were past the first and second ward, they came unto the iron gate that leadeth unto the city, which opened to them of his own accord. Hey, that the angel had that force power. And they went out and passed on through one street, and forthwith the angel departed from him. That's tight. And when Peter was come to himself, he said, now I know of a surety that the Lord Yahweh by Hashem shall have sent his angel and have delivered me out of the hand of Herod and from all the expectation of the people of the Jews. They expected him to die. Just how they're going to expect us to die. But not all of us will die. And even the men that are beheaded, as a great honor because you're going to come back on the ships and people going to be moved that was you, that they had some time before killed. And he is risen again. Yes, same men that you thought was dead and gone have risen from the dead, and they coming back with the Lord Yahweh Shai, man, to do you hurt. You see? Now, I'll read further down. It says, and when he had considered the thing, he came to the house of Mary, the mother of John, whose surname was Mark, where many were gathered together praying. And as Peter knocked at the door of the gate, a damsel came to hearken named Rhoda. And when she knew Peter's voice, she opened not the gate for gladness, but ran in and told how Peter stood before the gate. And they said unto her, thou art mad, you crazy. But she constantly affirmed that it was even so. Then said they, it is his angel. But Peter continued knocking, and when they had opened the door and saw him, they were astonished. That's it. It says, but he, beckoning unto them with the hand to hold their peace, declared unto them how the Lord Yahweh by Shema Shai had brought him out of the prison. And he said, go show these things unto James and to the brethren. And he departed and went into another place. So he was still on the move. You know? It reads on, it says, now as soon as it was day, there was no small stir among the soldiers what was become of Peter. So they didn't know what happened to him. Hey, the Lord's going to do some marvelous things. So I'm going to go to the book of Acts 18 because it's going to get to a point where they're going to deport our people to different camps. They already deported the northern kingdom out of this country, so to speak. So it's going to get to a point, hey, Jacob's trouble is going to be vast. It's going to bring soldiers. It's going to be, this is going to be the height of the war, World War III. There's going to be so many things going on. The least of their problems is going to be the men of the Lord, but we're going to be a main target. The chip is going to be pushed at all-time highs. You're going to see this clip from Star Wars Episode 3 is pretty much going to show you everything, man. It's going to show you the betrayal. You know, it's just like how Judas came with soldiers to Yahweh Shai to arrest him. Certain dudes going to come with, bands of soldiers to get you, man. They're going to be the ringleader. It says, after these things, this is Acts 18:1. After these things, Paul departed from Athens. He was on the move too, just like Peter, and came to Corinth and found a certain Jew named Aquila, born in Pontus, lately come from Italy, with his wife Priscilla, because that Claudius had commanded all Jews to depart from Rome, and came unto them. So he commanded that all the Jews depart from Rome. See, it's going to be the same thing during Jacob's trouble, that all either is going to be put into camps. Others is going to be killed because it's different lists, red list, blue list, yellow list. Others can be re-educated. Others is going to be confined to imprisonment and torture. Others is going to just be put to death. And then the ones be put to death like James, as we read in Acts 12, is going to be the men of the Lord mainly. Either you get them, you bring them, you apprehend them, you kill them. It ain't going to be no, anything else. They're not going to want us to escape. So I'm going to play this clip from Star Wars Episode 3, Lord's One is edifying. Shalom.
The dark side of the Force, and you will achieve a power greater than any Jedi. You're under arrest, Chancellor. Are you threatening me, Master Jedi?
See, it's going to get to a point. It's going to get to a point where Esau is found out, and he just going to have to come down with it. Through the Spirit, we're arresting Esau in the Spirit with this truth. You're under arrest. Are you threatening me? See, Esau think he's under threat. But he the one that got all the power, so to speak. Then he told my man Anakin, learn to use the dark side of the Force, and you can achieve a power greater than any Jedi. That's what they're going to do with our people with the chip. Hey, use this chip. You're going to have a greater power. We're going to give you wealth and riches and honor and all that better than any of the rest of your people. He's like, don't follow these men that's talking about the Lord going to come back. They're going to really break the faith and morale of our people during these times. But the men of the Lord going to hold fast. So I'm going to play the rest of this clip.
Every single Jedi is now an enemy of the Republic. Do what must be done. Do not hesitate. show no mercy. Who could have done this?
Twisted by the dark side young Skywalker has become.
I feel so helpless. You were the chosen one!
Hey, beautiful. Call all y'all Bashim Al-Shah. Lord, one of you brothers enjoyed that clip. It's just going in. They said every single Jedi is now an enemy of the Republic. Hey, every Jedi is going to be an enemy to this government soon. Just like how Claudius commanded that all Jews to depart from Rome. They were enemies at that time. Then after Claudius's time was Nero. Burn Rome, blame the Israelites. And then it really got hectic because the wars between the Jews and the Romans got more hectic during like the 60s AD period, all the way down to the sacking of Jerusalem by the Roman armies under Titus and Vespasian. All right. Now, and it's funny how my man Anakin was leading them troops. Hey, Judas led a band of soldiers to arrest Yahushai. The dude that actually took down Jerusalem was Julius Alexander. What is his name? Gaius. I think it's Gaius Julius Alexander. Oh, no, Tiberius Julius Alexander Tiberius was a Jake in the Roman armies that actually led the attack on Jerusalem. You see how it was a betrayal? It's always got to deal with Jake. In order to take down Jake, you need Jake. You know, and that's what it's going to be. It's going to be a lot of betrayal, brothers offering up brothers to death, children rising up their parents to put them to death. It's going to be hectic times, man. But through the Spirit of the Lord, we're going to be all right. The Lord promised us these things that we're going to be all right. Now, this is Luke 21:16. And ye shall be betrayed both by parents and brethren and kinsfolks and friends. And some of you shall they cause to be put to death. That's it. And ye shall be hated of all men for my name's sake. Every single Jedi, every single Israelite is now an enemy of this republic. That's what it's going to be, man. That's what's going to be all over the news. And there's going to be certain of your family members looking for you because they're going to promise them, which is a lie any damn way. They're going to promise them a passage, safe passage if they offer you up. But yet they're going to be in prison too. See, this devil ain't going to spare nobody. It says, but there shall not an hair of your head perish. Now, if the Lord don't want you to go out, then you won't go out. You'll be saved like Peter, saved from the prison. In your patience, now say you are cast into the prison. In your suffering, possess ye your souls. Know what time it is. Give your mind to prayer. Just like how the church did not cease to pray over Peter when he was cast into that prison. You see? Now, let's go to Jeremiah 26 and 15. And it reads, but know ye for certain that if you put me to death, now this is Jeremiah talking to our people being wicked, and you can say say something like this to Esau, the Lord's still gonna burn this city. It says, but know ye for certain that if you put me to death, ye shall surely bring innocent blood upon yourselves and upon this city and upon the inhabitants thereof, for of a truth the Lord Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai have sent me unto you to speak all these words in your ears. Us prophesying, the Lord truly sent us to speak all these things into the ears of our people. Whether or not they believe, hey, they're going to know in the end that the Lord is going to destroy and burn this city, Babylon the Great. He burned Jerusalem down because our people didn't listen. They were stiff-necked, hard-hearted. He's going to burn this city. It is written, you believe it or not, it is written, Now this is John 18 and 1. And it reads, when Yahushua had spoken these words, he went forth with his disciples over the brook Kidron. Now, this is where Judas is going to come with the band of soldiers, because don't be surprised if a dude in the truth, so-called brother, false brethren, or just somebody in your family coming with the SWAT or goddamn FBI or whoever the hell is looking for you, soldiers, to apprehend you. And they at the forefront of the soldiers, leading the way. Like, yeah, that's him. Yeah, he did all that. Don't be surprised your mom crying on the phone. Oh, babe, I'm sorry. And you be like, whatever, man. Just like y'all was shot, like you gonna betray the son of man with a kiss? Like, get out of here, man. We know the betrayal is coming. Now this is John 18:1. When Yahushua had spoken these words, he went. This is after he had the supper with the disciples. He told them everything that will happen, and that, you know, he'll join them in the kingdom of heaven and everything. He told them a whole lot during that Passover. You see what he was going to do for them, and what what his sacrifice meant. You know, that's what we're going to know. We're going to know in that time, hey, the Lord's return is that much closer. It says, when Yahushua had spoken these words, he went forth with his disciples over the brook Kidron or Sidron, where was a garden, into the which he entered, and his disciples, and Judas also, which betrayed him, knew the place. For Yahushua oftentimes resorted thither with his disciples, because they're going to know certain places brothers frequent, and they're going to be there looking for you. It says, Judas then, having received a band of men, soldiers, just like my man Anakin marched on that temple with those stormtroopers, and officers from the chief priests and Pharisees cometh thither with lanterns and torches and weapons. See, Yahushua therefore, knowing all things that should come upon him, went forth and said unto them, whom seek ye? And he gonna use this power on them. They answered him, Yahushua of Nazareth. So don't be afraid. Just like how Yahushua was cool with it. Don't be afraid. Know Yahushua is with you. He know you're strong enough to go through it. And who knows, you could be freed from the prison, just like Peter was with the angel. Anything is possible with the Lord, man. So never forget. It says, Yahushua said unto them, I am he. We're going to say they going to ask you your slave name. Yeah, that's me. What's the problem, officer? What's the problem here? You know, just be calm about it. And Judas also, which betrayed him, stood with them. Verse 6, as soon then as he had said unto them, I am he, they went backward. They had that force power. They fell back. And fell to the ground. And this is verse 7. Then asked he them again, whom seek ye? And they said, Yahushua of Nazareth. Now you got to look at it like they probably said it with a scared voice. Yahushua of Nazareth. Like very scared. Because they felt that power. Yahushua answered, I have told you that I am he. If therefore ye seek me, let these go their way. Yeah, it's going to be a beautiful time. Like brothers might have the families like, hey, just take me. And you just might look at your family. You already know what time it is, you know. Yahushua be with you. You already going to know, man. This is going to be a different time, man. All right. Those one brothers edified. This is Matthew 26:55. And it reads, in the same hour said Yahushua to the multitudes. This is the band of soldiers again. This is just another personal account of what happened. All right. This is from Matthew's point, which is Levi. He was a tax collector. He was an Israelite. But, you know, this is a surname Matthew. In that same hour said Yahushua to the multitudes, these are the soldiers, are you come out as against a thief with swords and staves for to take me? I sat daily with you, teaching in the temple. That's what we're going to say. We was just preaching. Like, did we do anything? Did we blow something up? No. And ye laid no hand on me. But this is where Yahushua got that true understanding. This is what we're going to have to know. It's all in the power of the Lord. But all this was done that the scriptures of the prophets might be fulfilled. Then all the disciples forsook him and fled. Man, that's what it is, man. Then they're going to take you to, you know, officers and priests and all that, man. Well, really just officers and governors and kings. The Lord said they're going to offer you up before the governors and the kings. That was the point I wanted to get. Because Yahushua told him, like, man, you coming at me like I'm terrorist, like I've been blowing stuff up. You know, like, nah, I was preaching before in your face. You seen what I was talking about. And you didn't lay hands on me then. So it's going to be to that point, man. You see how Yahushua was wise about it, though? He's like, man, I ain't doing anything wrong. But this is happening because the scriptures have to be fulfilled. So, you know, brothers got to understand that it's all the fulfillment of the prophecy. You see? Jacob's trouble. You already going to know what time it is. Like the apostles say, ain't nobody going to have to tell you, hey, man, you know this is Jacob's trouble. You're going to know it's Jacob's trouble. In the time of betrayal, in the time of brothers offering up brothers to be killed, parents offering up their children to be killed, children rising up against their parents, and all types of things. It says, but thine eyes and thine heart are not but for thy covetousness. And that's what you're going to think in your mind for who's betraying you, and Esau. But mainly for the person that's betraying you. Like, man, your eyes and your mind is only for covetousness. You know, you want to take me out so that you can get some prize, you know. It says, but thine eyes and thine heart are not but for thy covetousness and for to shed innocent blood. And that's funny how my man Obi-Wan in the clip, he's like, you were the chosen one. Like, you don't know how many great promises is promised for you, but you chose your side. Hey, the 2/3 is going to go out some cold. The Lord is pretty much said two parts therein shall be cut off and die. And he said that their end is not going to be just. It ain't going to be like the elects, man. You're going to feel bad that you going to awake to a shame. You're going to be ashamed and confounded, man. It says, but thine eyes, this is what brothers were saying in their spirit, just like Jeremiah. But thine eyes and thy heart are not but for thy covetousness, and for to shed innocent blood, and for oppression, and for violence to do it. That's what our people going to really join sides with, for oppression. That's all this chip is going to bring: oppression, death, much death, Georgia Guidestones. For violence, they're going to only come for violence and covetousness. Whatever you see other people to have, you're going to want that. You know, that's what Esau's spirit is. He wants what others have, and he doesn't give a damn by what means he does it. He'll come with death. If that's the way to get it, that's how he's going to get it. Now, this is the account of David sneaking into the camp. Saul wanted to kill him, but hey, just like how you getting around, you be like, well, how am I going to escape the soldiers and troops and people trying to find me and arrest me? Hey, the Lord might put a deep sleep or a deep fog or blindness on the people while you moving. The Lord can do all things. That's what he did for David. And if we're of his house, we're going to have the same blessings. This is 1 Samuel 26:12. So David took the spear and the cruse of water, which was a spear and I think like a bowl of water that was tied to the spear that was in the ground. It says, so David took the spear and cruse of water from Saul's bolster, and they gat them away, and no man saw it, nor knew it, neither awaked, for they were all asleep, because a deep sleep from the Lord, Yahweh by Shemel Shai, was fallen upon them. You see, it says, then David went over the other side and stood on the top of an hill afar off, a great space between them. See, so David escaped because they were under a deep sleep that the Lord had caused to fall upon all the men in the camp. And they were looking for David's life. They wanted David dead. So you got to look at it like the troops and all these people looking for you for your life. And the Lord can do miraculous and great things. So don't be afraid. Though these be the times of betrayal, don't be afraid. You know, these things must needs be. You know, Yahweh Shai went through it. You're no greater than the master. So, hey, it's just something you got to go through. Now, this is 1 Thessalonians 2:13. For this cause also thank we the Most High without ceasing, because when ye received the word of the power, you're going to remember back to the times you were preaching of all these things that would come. Why are you going through these times? Just like Paul, he's reiterating everything that he ever went through for the truth. And because of the truth, things that will happen after. Now, this is 1 Thessalonians 2:13. For this cause also thank we the Most High without ceasing, because when ye received the word of the Most High, which ye heard of us, ye received it not as the word of men, but as it is in truth. Let me read that again from the top. For this cause also thank we the Most High without ceasing, because when ye received the word of the Most High, which ye heard of us, ye received it not as the word of men, but as it is in truth the word of Yahweh, which effectually worketh also in you that believe. So it's going to be working in us during these times. For ye, brethren, verse 14, became followers of the churches of the Most High, the camps, which in Judea, it started off in our homeland centuries ago, 2,000 years ago during the Lord's time. Now it's worldwide. It's everywhere. Are in Mashiach Yahweh Shai. For ye also have suffered like things of your own countrymen, hatred, betrayal, even as they have of the Jews. See, because the Jews was hating on the word being preached of the Lord Yahweh Shai being the only way to be freed and cleansed, other than the law of Moses, that the Lord had became that lamb that was in the law of Moses, that That's why they kept the Passover of the deliverance from Egypt. But that the Lord, his blood was a greater deliverance because it covered you from all sins, you see? And they were mad about that. And so our people are mad about us being the chosen, that our people are saved, that our people are under the covenant, our people are covered by the blood of Yahushua and no other. They're mad about that. And they're going to be mad about it in this time. Who both killed the Lord Yahushua and their own prophets. They're going to do it again. And have persecuted some of us. We're going to be beheaded. Others is going to be endowed with power. Others are going to have angels with them to free them from certain places. Others is going to have that faith to keep moving forward. So many things are going to happen during these times, but it's all for the glory of the Lord. Whether we live therefore, it is to the Lord. Whether we die, it is to the Lord. Whether we live therefore or die, it is of the Lord. That's in Romans. It says, who both killed the Lord Yahushua and their own prophets and have persecuted us, and they please not the Most High and are contrary to all men. That's exactly what's going to be going on in these times. Forbidding us to speak to the Gentiles, the Israelite foreigners, that they might be saved, to fill up their sins always. For the wrath is come upon them to the uttermost. This is the point. But we, brethren, being taken from you for a short time in presence, not in heart, endeavored the more abundantly to see your face with great desire. Wherefore we would have come unto you, even I, Paul, once and again, but Satan hindereth us. I want to get that point where it's by their own country, man. That's in 2 Corinthians. This is the next part. Let's get it. This is 2 Corinthians. A few more scriptures. I'm going to close this out. Those one brothers have been edified. This 2 Corinthians 11 and 26. Paul's going to go through all the hell that he caught for the truth. This was going to happen preferably, if not already now, it's going to happen more in these times because you're going to be in journeyings. You're going to be moving, be even as a pilgrim upon the earth in those times. It says in journeyings often, in perils of water. He was in perils of water. He was stranded in the open seas. In perils of robbers. It's going to be that because it's going to be sedition of men. They're going to be stealing things, killing. In perils of my own countrymen. Betrayals, you see. In perils by the heathen. The heathen is going to be out here. Esau is going to be hunting you down. Or, looking for you, searching for you. In perils in the city. There's going to be chaos in the city. Famine, pestilence, plague, destruction, war, sedition among men. And perils in the wilderness. If you're outside the cities, there's going to be perils out there because many going to go into the mountains, drink their own blood, eat their own flesh, kill, be killed. You see, but the Lord is going to be with his men. See how Paul made it through all these things? He made it through all these things to write them unto you. Like, I've been in everything. This is in perils in the sea, in perils among false brethren. That's the point. And you're going to be betrayed like Judas came with the band of soldiers to take Yahushua. Your family members or false brethren in the truth, or even these other camps that just jealous, envying, they're going to come with bands like, yeah, that's them. They were the ones. Yeah. Just selling you out. But know that it's for the scripture's sake. It says in perils among false brethren, in weariness and painfulness and watchings often, and hunger and thirst, and fasting often, and cold and nakedness. Besides those things that are without, that which cometh upon me daily, the care of all the churches. That's what our main goal is. We didn't give a damn about all the perils that we caught. It was for the truth being pushed. If that was done, then we done our job. And this would be the last few scriptures right here. This is 2 Maccabees 11 and 6 through 10. It's going to get to warrior status, man. But we have to have the same spirit that Maccabeus and his soldiers had when they went against their enemies. Because the Lord is going to send a helper from heaven. He's going to send Michael, the other angels. And ultimately, Yahushua is going to crack the clouds and come and deliver his. All right. Now, this is 2 Maccabees 11 and 6. Now, when they that war with Maccabeus heard that he besieged the holds, this is our enemies, because Esau going to be everywhere looking for all the men. They and all the people with lamentation and tears, this is going to be the time we have to pray and cry out to the Lord. We have his name, don't we? It says, with lamentation and tears besought the Lord Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai that he would send a good angel to deliver Israel. Now at that time it was Yahweh. And that good angel that the Lord is going to send, it tells you in Daniel that Michael is going to stand up. But ultimately it's going to be Yahushai. You see, he's going to send his son to save Israel this time. It says, then Maccabeus himself, first of all, took weapons Our weapons is the scriptures. Our weapons is the faith. Our weapons, we have so many weapons. Prayer. It says, exhorting the others that they would jeopardize themselves together with him to help their brethren. So, and we jeopardize our lives, but it's going to be more accounted for in these times that are coming, the times of betrayal, hatred, the imprisonment, all these things, the beheading of certain men. But knowing at the same time, spiritual power, miraculous things, miracles are going to be happening at that same time. It says, jeopard themselves together with him to help their brethren. So they went forth together with a willing mind. So that's what mind we're going to have a willing mind to make it through all this, to see the coming of our Lord Yahweh Shai. This 2 Maccabees 11:8. And as they were at Jerusalem, there appeared before them on horseback one in white clothing, shaking his armor of gold. So the Lord's going to send the chariots to be with us. We're going to rejoice and shout, just like the men during Maccabees' time. They shouted for joy and having a willing mind. Then they praised the merciful power all together and took heart, which is a good mind, in so much that they were ready not only to fight with men, you're going to be able to fight with men, but with most cruel beasts, because it's going to be newly created creatures, beasts is going to be out here, and to pierce through walls of iron. You're going to have that spirit like, all right, let's do it, let's go. You're going to be so amped up, you're going to be ready for anything. It says, thus they marched forward with their armor. What is our armor? As you read in Ephesians, the breastplate of righteousness. That's our armor. All right. Having a helper from heaven. All our armor is going to be the helmet of salvation, the breastplate of righteousness, the shoes are shod with peace of the gospel, sword of truth, shield of faith. Those are the things we're going to go out in this time with. It says, thus they march forward in their armor, having an helper from heaven. For the Lord Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, was merciful unto them, and giving a charge upon their enemies. Hey, this is when the men going to get that spiritual power. Certain brothers going to get that power, or that power of tongue to curse out these demons before you are taken out this world, to be returned unto the Lord, only to come back with power. Hey, the Lord is going to give his charge upon our enemies. It says, and giving a charge upon their enemies like lions, they slew 11,000 footmen and 1,600 horsemen and put all the other to flight. Man, so the Lord is going to give us the same power like he did the men with Maccabees. I'm going to read 12. Many of them also being wounded escaped naked. And Lysias himself fled away shamefully, and so escaped. Who, as he was a man of understanding, casting with himself what loss he had, and considering that the Hebrews could not be overcome because the almighty power helped him, he sent unto them. Hey, that's it. That's it. The almighty power helped us, the Hebrews, man. That's what they're going to say in their minds. Even during all this time of betrayal and upheaval and seeming like the wicked is taking the upper hand, we all know that is for the fulfilling of the scriptures, and that in the end, Jacob is to win, not Esau. Even though this is his time, Jacob's trouble, a great danger. It said, but the Lord going to lift up a standard. All right. And he said that this is the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it, the elect, the remnant, the 1/3. So with that, Lord's own brothers are edified, giving all praises unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakah Kodash, by whom we do function. Hey, it is all praises, man. Double honors unto the apostles that taught us this truth, that continue to rule well. And to you brothers out there, salutations, much love, honor, and respect unto you brothers. To the hopeful elect, to the house of David, shalom unto you. Shalom.